Hey everyone, it's Fine Around, and my name is Jordan. And unfortunately, my parental leave for the baby is coming to an end, so I'm going to have to make the videos just a little bit shorter, not do a completely full breakdown. But I will talk about some matchups and still talk about the games. So I have 7 matchups that I like for Friday's slate. I'm going to jump right into it. The first game is going to be Magic at the Wizards. Magic have blown the Wizards out twice this year. Ben Carroll and Franz Wagner both have great matchups. But they have sat early, and this is one that I would stay away from. The next game is the Spurs and the Sixers. Both these teams obviously are in the lottery. I wouldn't say the Spurs are tanking necessarily. They're not resting a ton of guys, but they're developing. So I like Stephon Castle. The Sixers are giving up the 6th most points to guards, the 3rd highest field goal percentage, and the 6th most rebounds. And he has been great ever since De'Aaron Fox has gone out. Most of the focus has gone towards Castle and his volume and him just developing and being that guy to be there with De'Aaron Fox and Wemby, for the future. So like Castle, and on the other side of things, Quentin Grimes continues to play well. Sixers are tanking, and the players still play the best they can. It's just when it comes to tanking, that's management sitting players and coaches taking guys out, sooner than they should. But Quentin Grimes is getting the minutes and he's getting the volume. And the Spurs, they give up the 7th most points to guards and the 2nd highest field goal percentage allowed to guards over the past month. He's averaging 28.5 points in March and shooting 53% from the field and 42% from 3. He is on fire right now. Can't fade Quentin Grimes. If you guys could, please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You just leave the number 1. That helps get this video out there for more people to see. And also, if you want to get away from Prizepicks, try something new out with more options, dynamic payouts, check out Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, ChalkBoard, or Better. Underdog will match your first deposit up to $1,000. The rest will do it up to $100, and Better will match your first bet up to $250. Promo code is FINEAROUND11. This next game's an awkward one. The Pelicans will play the Timberwolves again. The Timberwolves really need wins, and the Pelicans are not a great basketball team right now. They're losing a lot of players to injury, and the Timberwolves went and lost to them, and then they lost to a Pacers team that didn't have a lot of their starters, but they need the win. They need wins right now. But I'd like the matchup for Anthony Edwards. He scored 29 points on 5 of 19 shooting. That's not good, but he shot a lot of free throws, 15 of 17. And this Pelicans defense, they give up the 2nd most points overall in the past month, the 8th most to the shooting guard position, and the 7th highest field goal percentage to guards. If anyone has to step up for the Timberwolves, it's got to be Anthony Edwards, and they desperately need this win. So, the Hornets and Thunder. Hornets I want to stay away from because they're on a back-to-back, and obviously high blowout potential because of Thunder. I believe the spread's near 20. The Rockets and the Heat, those are 2 slow-paced teams. The Heat have not been that great lately, and the Rockets are fighting for the 2 seed, so they're going to want to play, but the Heat, I'm not so sure about them right now. Pistons at the Mavericks. Pistons have the 6th seed. They want to hold on to that. They have a pretty strong hold on it. The Mavericks, they fell into the lottery and out of a play-in game, and after that Luka trade, they will desperately want to get back into the play-in game just to say, hey, look, we at least made the playoffs. But things aren't looking good for them. Matchup I like is Cade Cunningham. Mavericks are giving up the 8th most points to guards, the 7th most rebounds, the 10th most assists, and they are giving up the highest field goal percentage to guards over the past month. And then Celtics, Jazz. We'll have to see the final injury reports for both these teams. I know Jaylen Brown's already out for the Celtics. Jazz are sitting a bunch of guys. Then you'll have to look at guys like Kyle Filipowski for scoring. He's always the go-to young guy that they're developing. But still, the injury reports aren't final for that game, and obvious high blowout potential if a lot of the main guys play for the Celtics. but you could look for first half type stuff, first quarter type stuff. And then we have the Cavs at the Suns. I said earlier that the Cavs don't have much pressure anymore to get to 70 wins after they had lost to the Magic, and they went on a West Coast trip and they have lost 2 straight. To the Clippers and to the Kings. And now they're still on the West Coast. They're playing against the Suns. Now they kind of need to get a win. They need to get back into a rhythm just so they don't go into the playoffs kind of cold. I know they've been resting like a random starter every game, but they need something here. And I like Donovan Mitchell to help them get back into the swing of things. So Donovan Mitchell, the Suns, they give up the most points to the shooting guard position. He had 33 points against them earlier this year. He's still Donovan Mitchell. He's been scoring well as of late. This is a great matchup for him. Then the Nuggets and the Blazers. Jokic is going to be out for this one, and these are 2 of the top 10 fastest pace teams in the NBA. So that means more points to go around, more rebounds, more assists, all of that. A sleeper to look out for is going to be Donovan Clingan. So Denver gives up the 5th most points to the center position. They don't give up many rebounds, but like I said, Jokic isn't going to be there. And the Blazers played the Nuggets in a back-to-back in the middle of February, and he had 17 points and 20 rebounds in one game, and then he had 21 points and 7 rebounds. Now with no Jokic there, and he's got good history against them, keep an eye out for Donovan Clingan. And it's March, and you know he plays well in March. This final game is the Clippers at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies will not have John Morant. The Grizzlies are holding on to a playoff spot. They can't keep losing or they'll fall into a playing game, but that'll take a lot of losing. They're against the spread losing streak continues. They're 1-16 against the spread in the last 17 games. Just crazy to me. Clippers are 7-1 in the last 8, and they're trying to get out of the playing game and steal that 6th spot from the Warriors. They are absolutely motivated right now. Pretty much every matchup is good for Clippers players. You could look at Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, Zubac. All those guys have good matchups for points, rebounds. But a matchup I'm going to point out is going to be James Harden for assist. They give up the 2nd most assists to the point guard position. He's had 10 and 9 versus the Grizzlies this year. But like I said, you could go, Derek Jones lines could look good. So I like the Clippers in this game, and I might even take them for the spread, and that Grizzlies spread losing streak will continue. If you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can hop on in there, talk about basketball, talk about March Madness, baseball, all that good stuff. That is free. You can hop on in there. And then as far as a recap goes, I did not write it down, so I'll try to remember it. I had Aaron Wiggins from the Thunder for over points in that game where they just played their backups and he went over in points. I know I had Kyle Filipowski under rebounds. I caught it right when Walker Kessler was ruled to play. We now have players who are declared out coming back and playing. That happened to Walker Kessler, and it happened to Jordan Poole in the same day, which was strange. So just another wrinkle into this final month that we have to look out for, guys who are out suddenly coming back and playing and ruining your lines. So I went and took Kyle Filipowski under rebounds. He ended up with like 4, so that hit. Then I had a parlay with Karl Anthony Towns over 20 points. He crushed that. Then I had Dennis Schroeder for 4+ assists, and he ended up with 3. That didn't hit. And then I just had the Pistons straight up on their spread. And this was a couple days ago. The spread was 3.5, and they won by 3. So that one hooked. So 2 hooks, and then the actual player props hit. So I will put my final plays in the pinned comment. Might look for more player props. Still not going to go too crazy because of everything that's going on. Going to keep my eye on the injury report. Going to enjoy March Madness. It's one of my favorite weekends in sports right now is the first round and second round of March Madness. So hope you enjoy your Friday. God bless you all. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.